keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station.
But it's just crazy. So everything's going insane. People are all going crazy, and it's happened before. This is not the first time people. Read history. Humans are just unfortunately very imbalanced, and it's going crazy right now. And things come around. It's just we have to ride it out. We might survive it, we might not. This is what humans do. They just ride out this stuff. But there's a lot of imbalance in the world. There's a lot of imbalance on the planet. People are very out of balance. They're walking around in states of just total imbalance. What we're doing, how we're treating each other, how we're treating, just the trees. I think of the trees, 300,000 fruit trees have been uprooted in Palestine. What's their crime? What did they do? 300,000 fruit trees. 300,000 fruit trees. 300,000 fruit trees. 300,000 fruit trees. What would I say if I was a tree about ready to be pulled up and I could talk? Get rid of this character.
Peace. This is djOHLOW coming to you live from Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. You're tuning into On Beat with OHLOW, and today we're talking about health. And I was just talking about, before the break, I was just talking about how our children's health is essentially our health, because we feed our kids. And, they really have no choice, because they have to eat whatever we give them. They don't have money, so they can't go out and buy their own food. Although a lot of parents today are giving their kids money to go and buy whatever they want to buy. I was taking my dog to the vet, and school was let out, and all these middle school kids, they weren't even in high school yet. Middle school kids were coming out of the school across from the vet's office, and they were going right next to us. There was a Starbucks. They were going right to Starbucks and probably spending $8 to $10 each on these drinks that they shouldn't even be drinking. And they were obviously spending their parents' money. And obviously the cappuccino and stuff like that isn't for little kids, right? Isn't that too much caffeine for a little kid at 12 and 13 years old? But anyways, man, we're talking about the benefits of organic foods. We're talking about why people eat fast food. We're talking about autism with Scott. We're also talking about, I want to ask people, I have so many questions, man. These shows aren't long enough. I need like a 3-hour block because I have so many questions.
You gotta do them in parts, though.
I know, man. Mark, let me ask you, man. So, Mark, you're a personal trainer. You work out with weights. You don't do you're not like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't go like pump hard and.
Last year I was, but it's kind of shrunk down a little.
But you do, no, what I meant is like you do, it seems to me that you do more like light weights. To stay toned and stay fit rather than doing like heavy weights to get all bulked up.
Well, my approach is more of a holistic approach. So if you look at the whole body should be doing a little bit of something. Some days you want to do something heavy, some days you want to do something light. My particular approach tends to be sometimes called the ADD approach to fitness, where if that's what you did yesterday, we're not going to do it today.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's obvious, yeah, because if you keep working the same muscle over and over, it actually starts to become immune to that workout, and it just doesn't grow anymore, basically.
Exactly.
So you have to find ways to stimulate it and kind of like trick your muscles.
Yeah, and too many people go out there and they want to do the same thing. You see the joggers out there running all the time, and I mean, that's nice, nothing against jogging, but it's not really going to do much for you in the long run overall. I mean, what about the rest of your body?
Kill your knees.
Lose your butt.
Yeah.
Exactly. Beat up your back, beat up your knees, you get repetitive injury, and people think they're doing it to lose weight and stuff like that, when you could get a lot more out of it if you start putting in a weightlifting program. So the whole idea is you got a whole body. Why are you ignoring the rest of it? Yeah.
Well, I spoke to a jogger before, and I asked this. She did cross-country jogging. She would run for miles, like 17 miles, 34 miles. Crazies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to her, it was like nothing. And she was like skin and bones, man.
Oh, yeah.
And so I asked her, so why do you do this? What's the reasoning behind it? Because you don't need to work out this hard. Like you said, skinny. But she said it's the freedom, man. She said she's so free when she's out there running, and she forgets about time and space and her job and everything else.
Well, there's a zen-like moment for some of those people. I mean, I ran one marathon in my life. Of course, I'll never do that again. That was a stupid mistake. But for a lot of these people, I mean, they're just they're gone. I mean, you talk to them, cars run them down. They don't know. They're just out there in their, and I guess that's the mental parts as much as the physical part to them. So if that's what they like,
sounds like
great.
it's euphoric or something.
Pretty much, some have this kind of crazy smile on your face, and you don't know whether you should talk to them because they look a little bizarre. So a little strange. But yeah, there's a lot of people that I deal with. In fact, that come to me for training for stuff like that. That then we try to convince them, you got to do something other than just go out there and beat up your body all the time, just running on the pavement.
And so you also do yoga, and you do other forms of working out. It's not always just weightlifting, right?
Yeah, I mean,
to stay balanced.
On a personal level, you get these certifications. I had like 9 different certifications going. So, I was a yoga instructor, Pilates instructor, and do all those other things. And, there's not any one thing that's the perfect thing in the world. Just like there's not a perfect food in the world, that there's a perfect, type of thing like you're talking about with some of the martial arts. You got to keep changing it up. So, and plus, it gets boring. If you do the same thing over and over again, I mean,
it's
I
like you cease
this.
to grow.
Yeah, exactly. You don't challenge your body, and it's all related to your mind at the same time. If you're not challenging your body, you're not challenging your mind in a lot of cases. So for me, it all comes together.
Working out holistically, right? So what about the diet that goes with that? Can you eat McDonald's every day and work out? Because the president of McDonald's says that that he eats McDonald's 3 times a day, but he works out so he stays fit. Although
he don't eat the regular McDonald's.
No. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing is that he was actually like real fat at one point, and now he's skinny. So now he's saying, "Oh, I eat McDonald's and I work out." But he was probably eating McDonald's before and not working out, and he got fat.
Sure.
So can with the calories that you get from junk food, can you essentially turn that into good energy that you use to
for about
stay in
3
shape?
days, and then you die. That's about it. No, I mean, nobody that really wants to be serious about this is going to waste their time doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, we got a lot of kids that come in, and you talk about calories and you talk about protein and all this other stuff with them, and they go,
kids have a really fast metabolism. They can eat anything, and it doesn't really affect them.
But I mean, if you figure the McDonald's stuff, 50% is chemistry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, like you said, maybe there's some food in there somewhere. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Somewhere, yeah, exactly. And yeah, you're probably going to get skinny because the chemicals are going to flush right through your body. Not much nutrition stays with you, but not much. You're going to. Well, let's put it this way: nobody that wants to seriously work with me is going to do that type of stuff.
And
it's not going to go anywhere.
The people that come and ask you for personal training, do you put them on a diet as well, or is it just about the workout?
Well, there's some legal issues about what I'm allowed to say since I don't have like the RDA after my name. But I mean, I'll talk about all the different things. I have a couple of certifications as a nutritionist, so I can talk about the basics of. Well, if I were you, I would do this.
But you can't specifically put them on a diet because
right. You have to have this, registered dietitian type thing after your name.
You got to write a prescription.
Pretty much,
certified to write a prescription.
Now, of course, they don't eat what I'm telling them. We have different discussions, like when they're holding an iron bar over their head. It's amazing how people will change their minds. But they learn quick. But no, most of them they see real quick. If you can't put your nutrition together. That's 80% of a lot of this stuff, whether you're doing the martial arts like you're talking about, we're talking about any other sort of thing. If you don't have the nutrition stuff dialed in, well, you're having a good time maybe, but that's about it. You're not going to get
You're not going to see the benefits.
Right. Of any sort, And if you can go down the organic road like you're talking about, so much the better.
What about things that like these trends today, like gluten-free?
There are some people out there that are so sensitive that it makes such a difference. Some people seem that they can get by on that. Obviously, there's a lot of individualization out there, genetic, type of response. Personally, if I don't have to put something manufactured in my body, I'm all for it. So, whether you want to call it, whether you're calling it a trend that gluten-free, but yeah, there are a few people that it has been amazing when they stop eating the gluten that, what is it, celiac disease or something like that you can get if you're really allergic. Some people they turn around their health 100%.
And that's what I read too. I actually read about a lot of kids that have
with autism that stop
they
eating
tell them
it.
to stop eating gluten.
Yeah.
And dairy and gluten, and it really helps.
Well, but it depends on the child. I mean, what works for one kid may have absolutely no benefit whatsoever for another. It's a very individual sort of situation. I mean, our son's been on a gluten-free diet for about 13 years. And when he started that, we saw immediate improvements. On the other hand, once you do it, you got to stick to it. You know, and some families say, "Oh, well, we tried the gluten and casein-free diet for 2 weeks and we didn't see anything." Well, it takes a while to get the toxins out of your body to actually see a benefit. But for our son, it was pretty quick. But again, when it comes to autism, what helps one will have no bearing on another. But for our, particularly milk, our kid would slug down a 4-ounce bottle of milk in no time. And when he was a baby, he actually could get high off of undigested milk proteins. So every night in the middle of the night, he would wake up rolling around his crib, laughing his little butt off because he was high on milk. So we took milk out of his diet. But again, everybody's different. And for some, it does a huge benefit. Others, not so much. It depends how far you go into it and how strict you are on it. For kids with autism, nut issues can be very, very big.
I think that's a general rule for life. Not everything works for everybody. Everybody's different. But on that note, I'm going to take another quick break, and then we're going to come back and wrap this show up. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to... Actually, you know what? I got to talk to Brother Rameen when we come back, because we haven't said anything, man. I want to talk to you, because you're such an interesting person, man. You have so much going on. I want to get some more info from you, and I want you to tell the people what you have going on. But let me take a quick break. We'll be right back. Right back. This is On Beat with OHLOW. Peace.
Keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station. Keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station.
Peace. This is djOHLOW coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. I'm playing all First Spawn beats in the background now. Shouts out to First Spawn and Mr. Forge. They couldn't make it today, man, but I told him I was going to play his beats. I told him to actually bring his equipment and play some live beats, but they couldn't make it, and it is what it is. We'll do it next time. Brother Rameen.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Beats, rhymes, and relief, man. So talk to us. You have so much going on, man. You have a lot going on. You told me that you're going up to New York and that you were out. I didn't know that you went out to Jordan to do that artwork. I kept thinking it was here in D.C.
Yeah.
So you guys are international.
Oh, yeah. It's a global humanitarian organization. We utilize the arts to raise awareness and support for global humanitarian relief efforts. And when you say global, that means the U.S. too. It's from the hyper local to the super global, right? So,
so awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So it's one of those things where, we delve into a lot of different issues. We basically do concerts for causes, community events, bringing artists and industry to the community to engage and inspire people to become actors for social good causes, right? So, we've traveled the country this past year. We've done 5 different music videos in 5 different key cities, all, promoting positive messaging, be a father to a child, educate, lend a helping hand, get involved in your community type things, instead of continuing to, promote drugs, alcohol, big cars, and the wrong ways to succeed, right? We have a big, a big concert coming up in January for humanitarian relief, mental health, and education for the Syrian refugees. We get involved in juvenile justice. We get involved in social and community issues that we can use these arts, use this hip hop culture to inspire people.
Yeah, exactly.
So the things we got going on right now, this coming in September 24th through the 26th, we'll be at the Growing Up Lockdown Conference with the New York Justice League, Harry Belafonte, the Gathering. With Talib
Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
That's
Talib
huge, man.
Kweli.
You gonna be there?
Oh, yeah.
Harry Belafonte?
It's his organization, The Gathering. Check them out, thegathering.org. It's Talib Kweli, Immortal Technique, Rebel Diaz, Kadir Latif, Jasiri X, the brothers from Beats, Rhymes, and Relief. We're throwing up a big mural, big intentions wall. It's all about solutions. It's all about, community engagement and really becoming a think tank of how we can become actors and motivate and participate in these things to get them done. Too often we are reactive instead of proactive. It takes a Ferguson, it takes a Trayvon, it takes a Marlon Graham, it takes all of these terrible things. It takes a war, a genocide in overseas in Syria and Palestine, everywhere else, for people to actually get up, stand up, and do something, right? So we're trying to create that platform for artists, individuals, community members, corporate, whoever wants to get involved leave the religion, leave the politics out of it. This is people helping people. It's about making an impact.
Nice.
Yeah, that's beautiful,
Love
man.
is love.
Hey, it's all love.
That's an awesome thing, man. And so, one more time. So the next event you have coming up is the conference in New York.
Yeah, the next event is the 24th through the 26th at the New School in NYC. That's the Growing Up Lockdown Conference. You can check out our website, beatsrhymesandrelief.org. You can check out the New York City Justice League website. Then right after that, in October, the 23rd through the 27th, that trip we took to Jordan and built with all those kids, and that canvas that they paint, they gave that to us. They basically said, here's our message of peace and hope to the world, that we're resilient. Though through the conflict we've been through the trauma, the fact that 75% of these 6.1 million people that are affected are women and children, is potentially a lost generation.
Yeah.
So we're saying, let's change the PR game on it. Let's change the dialogue. Let's figure out it's not about the religion, it's not about the politics, it's about the future leaders of this world. And we need to create a path for them to grow and to become a success and a positive contributor to the global, world, to the network, right? So that'll be on the National Mall between 4th and 7th Street on the 23rd through the 27th of October. And then just after that, in the new year, we're doing a big concert at Constitution Hall. This is a celebrity benefit concert to raise money for mental health and education for those same Syrian refugees. We're dealing with UNICEF, Save the Children, Mercy Corps, PCRF and SRD, which are all, very huge organizations that are making an impact on the ground now, and it's about that platform for the end consumer to say, hey, I'm gonna go to this concert, I'm gonna buy this ticket, I'm gonna see these 5 dope artists, and unbeknownst to me, hey, I just, contributed to a cause. So creating that platform for the individual to get involved without it costing more out of their pocket or more time out of their lives.
Let's all shoot for that 110 million, right?
That's right. We're shooting for the sky. We need it all.
Yeah,
they need it all. We don't need any of it. We're working for them.
On that note, man, unfortunately our time is up. But I want to give everybody an opportunity to plug in your website. Starting with you, Brother Rameen, man. Let's just, if people wanted to find you, how can they find you online?
Man, brother, we are everywhere like air. We are on Instagram, Twitter, @Rhymes4Relief, the number 4, @Rhymes4Relief. YouTube, Beats, Rhymes, and Relief. Facebook, Beats, Rhymes, and Relief. Pinterest, all of them, they're @Rhymes for Relief. And then, our website is www.beatsrhymesandrelief.org.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming out.
I appreciate you having
me. I'm going to have you come out again, man.
Let's build.
Please come out again.
We're here to build. We're with you.
We got to get into some more conversation. And to your left, Scott, if people wanted to find you or wanted to get more information about your organization, how can they find you online?
Oh, no, certainly. ASNV.org is the website. Or if they think their child has autism, or a spouse, or even a parent has autism, phone number is 703-495-8444. We do a lot of information referral calls. Our next big upcoming event is on the 25th of October at the Prince William County Fairgrounds. It's our Walk for Autism in Virginia.
Oh, that's awesome.
That we do. And it's not, we'd love for people to put together a walk team and raise a little money, but it's also a family event. And so folks can out and be amongst those that, aren't too embarrassed about having a kid that does some strange little things sometimes. And our coverage is all of Northern Virginia. We cover more than 12 cities and counties in Northern Virginia, so it's a pretty big area.
You guys are based right down the street, right?
Right. Our offices are in Merrifield.
Yeah, and sorry about the mix-up, man. This is Merrifield, but the address says Fairfax.
That's
you were
right.
saying Merrifield is like Falls Church.
Right.
I know, but this area is so crazy now, man. I don't know what to call it anymore.
Well, and the other half is the Parents of Autistic Children of Northern Virginia, which again does mostly educational issues, and they're centered out of Fairfax.
Okay, cool. Sounds good, man. And I want to thank you again for coming out. And I'd love to have you come out again because I have so many more questions for you. And I'm sure that a lot of other parents would love to ask you questions as well.
Well, have folks give us a call.
Yeah, because people email me all the time. After the show airs, people email me with questions, and I'm like, whoa, you should have sent this before the show. How am I going to get back to this person? But to your right, Big Brother Betta, if people wanted to find you online, man, how can they find you?
Well, you can check us out on beconductaz.com. You can always Google Lord Betta. And also check out Moy Sum Tung Kung Fu Academy in Norfolk, Virginia. Be interested in the martial arts and the family.
That's your family.
Yeah, that's my Kung Fu family.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
And what, the next event we got coming up is in December, right? For Beat Conductors?
Oh, man, we have events all the time, man.
Yeah, I mean the next big one, the Dilla battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's a Dilla battle yet, but yeah, I mean, it's the next big event that we have is going to be that. That should be sponsored by the J Dilla Foundation, hopefully.
During the winter
solstice?
It's
in the works. Yeah, it's still in the works, man. The winter solstice battle, yeah. And hopefully that one, you know, obviously we're always raising awareness, but hopefully this time we can raise some funds to go along with that awareness. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to swing this way, Miss CC Vibez. If people wanted to find you and your honeybees online.
Optimistic Life. You can find me on Facebook. My name is Elizabeth Tebazile. It's Tebazile.
But look, so okay. You changed your Facebook so people don't find you.
Yeah.
But now you're giving out the new one.
It's
so
okay.
They're gonna find
These
you.
people that listen to me can find me.
I know I would find you.
You will find me. If you find me, all you're gonna see is just good optimistic writing and also just health tips and how to just make your life better on a day-to-day. That's what I basically post on my Facebook, and selfies, because I'm a selfie queen. Because I don't have an Instagram.
That's what's up. I thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're going to be back in the studio now,
yes.
right? That's
yeah,
it.
I'll be back
so you're
up
back.
here.
No more vacation for you.
You will hear me on Sunday.
Yeah, cool. And next to you, Miss Candice, thank you for coming out. Unfortunately, we didn't even talk about turmeric. I wanted to talk about it because it's in all my foods, you know.
Yes, it's good.
But if people wanted to find you online, how can they find you and find your jewelry?
Well, my jewelry is hypoallergenic because...
Can you move up to the mic?
Yeah. Hypoallergenic with allergies. That's at Viveleluci, and it's VIVELELUCI.com.
Okay.
And Instagram, Viveleluci, Facebook, Viveleluci.
I know what that means, Viva La Luci. A lot of people don't know what that means. I know what that means.
Oh, actually, Viva La, long live. It's in honor to my grandfather. His nickname was Lucci.
Oh, his name was Lucci. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying long live the dollars.
Oh, no.
Like
his name, Lucci.
Lucci,
yeah.
like Luciano. That's cool.
Yes, he was a Luciano.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And to your left, we have Mark. I don't even know your last name, Mark. I've known you for all this time. I don't even know your last name, man.
It's all right. Close enough. Hey, you. That works.
If people wanted to find you online, where can they find you online? You have a lot to offer people too. So if they wanted to find you, how can they find you?
Well, right now, considering I got all these different corporate things going on, really the best way is people just to contact me directly, and that's just to email directly. So just use the real basic type of approach. Just email me to markfrank@cox.net. Can't beat that. Easy enough.
All right, cool. There you go, man. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out. Appreciate everyone coming out and taking their time to come out and hang out with us and just build with us, and just exchange information. That's what it's all about. I always say that if I die today, if I die tomorrow, I want my kids to be able to go back and watch these shows and be able to not only say, well, my dad was out there and he was trying to build this community of information exchange, but I want them to actually learn from these shows. So I want to thank everyone for coming out again, and this is it. On Beat with OHLOW. Peace.
Keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station.
Beat with OHLOW, embrace a mind and expand it.
Ken.
Yeah. You got a verse here?
Yo, you're hip to the topics, open up your third optic. Forget the gossip, listen to the TRM prophets. It's non-profit, but so profitable. Bringing truth to the light, so just stop with the bull. Switch the pitch, the multiple perspectives, get your soul lifted. Eclectic knowledge, fostering healing that's holistic. Organic radio flowing deep from the heart of the planet. On Beat with OHLOW, embrace a mind and expand it.